Hi, and welcome to Window Cleaning Dude. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Tbar. So if you're new to window cleaning and you're just starting out, one of the basic pieces of equipment that you need to know about is the Tbar. Now there are different types of Tbars that you can buy, and there's also different sizes. And we're going to go a little bit over that today and what the differences are between them and why that matters. So first off, I'm going to start you off with the basic Tbar that I prefer, and that is this one here. This Tbar is made of plastic. It's got these nice grooves in here, and the reason for this is so that when you dip your washing wand down into the water, these little grooves here are going to help trap some of that water to make sure that it's really nice and soaked, so that when you take it to the glass, you've got a lot of water that you're working with there, and you can then scrub the window and make sure that window is all nice and wet. And when you're starting off as a beginning window cleaner, this is what you want. You do not want the other style that I'm going to talk about in a second for when you're cleaning the outside of the glass. And the reason why that is because you want the most water on that window as a beginner, so that you have time to scrub the window if that's what needs to be done, and then also to take your squeegee and squeegee the glass. So if the window is pretty large, the last thing you want to do as a beginning window cleaner is not get enough water on the glass, and then you go to squeegee it, and then by the time you're getting halfway down, the window's already drying up. Now you've got to re-wet that window, and you've got to try to squeegee the rest of the window, or like me, when I first started out, I'd actually just re-wet the entire pane and try it all over again. You know, try to be faster and get down to the bottom of the window before it dried. The reason why I would do that is I found, just starting out and not being very good at window cleaning, that if I got halfway down and it dried on me, then if I just wetted the first half and I went to go squeegee, I'd always have some kind of streak, and I was like totally freaking out about streaks. You know, that was my big concern when I first started out window cleaning, was I can't have any streaks, I don't want to have any streaks. You know, I was freaking out about streaks. But you know, you can detail a streak out with your detail rag, although it is not always perfect. And so for me, being kind of a perfectionist, I always wanted to make sure the window was good from start to finish. So it just depends on your ability to detail out streaks and whether or not that's going to pass as a nice looking window. So to help avoid that, simply use one of these, get it nice and wet, soak the window good. That's going to give you some time to, you know, take your time and squeegee the window off right without any streaks, and then give you time to go back and detail before that water dries on the glass. Now, as you get better in window cleaning, you don't have to necessarily use this style with this. You could use any style of washing wand, because at that point you're so good at window cleaning, it doesn't really matter how much water is on the glass, unless of course you're like in a super hot climate, like maybe Phoenix, Arizona or something, where it's just so super hot, in which case you might be squeegeeing right behind your washing wand as you're coming down the window if it's too hot and everything's just drying so fast. But assuming that that's not the case, as you become more advanced as a window cleaner, you don't have to use as much water, and in fact, some window cleaners like to use as little as possible of water, so that when they squeegee, not a bunch of water's coming off the glass and, you know, splashing down below or whatever. So that's something you want to be thinking about just starting off as a window cleaner. Now let me go over this other washing wand type, and that's this here. This is like an aluminum one. It doesn't have those grooves in it, which means when you go to use this, it's not going to retain the water as well. This would, to me, be ideal for cleaning inside a residence or a commercial building where you don't want to have a lot of water to begin with, because you're trying to minimize drippage. And plus, it's not as hot inside typically from the sun hitting the glass. It's not going to dry as fast, so you can use more minimal water inside than when you're outside in the direct sun. That would be your next option for Tbar there. And then once again, there are different sizes. So as you can see, here's a small 6-inch. This is a 14-inch, and then this is an 18-inch. So there are different sizes. It's nice to have different sizes because you're just going to be running up against all different kinds of windows. It's nice to have these different options, from the plastic with the grooves to the aluminum one here with no grooves. That's pretty much it for Tbars. There's not really much more I can say about the actual Tbar itself other than how to use the Tbar, and so that's going to go in coordination with your washing sleeve, which I kind of talked about in another video already. So basically you're going to slip your Tbar into the washing sleeve and then pull this over top your Tbar. That's pretty much it. The other nice thing about the Tbar is here on the bottom, if you are using poles, you're going to want to put a pole cone extension on the pole, and then your pole's this is going to slide on top of the pole cone extension. And what's nice about that is then it just slides on and slides off, and then you can do the same with your squeegee as well. You definitely got to have the pull cone extension to make this possible, because this doesn't have like any spiral grooves in it where you can just screw in your pull. You don't want to do that anyways, even if you could, because that's just going to take more time screwing this thing on to the pole. You want to be able to slide this thing on and off quickly if you are using poles. The other nice thing about the washing wand is pretty much going to fit in any size holster bucket. And then as far as using buckets with washing wands and Tbars is that make sure you get the rectangle professional grade bucket, which I'm very adamant about, because when you're using a round bucket, you've got to do this whole dip action, which doesn't work out too well with the Tbar. It's nice to be able to just dip it straight down into a rectangle bucket. Now there are different qualities of Tbars. This isn't actually the one I had when I originally started window cleaning. The one I originally had was a lot cheaper than this. This is actually kind of a nicer one. This is a Pro Grip by Tbar. And the reason why I like this is just the grip here is a little wider, and it has like a rubber, some rubber grip here. Mine's pretty worn down, but when you're cleaning a lot of windows and you're doing a lot of scrubbing, you know, you want a nice grip in the hand here. If it's a lot narrower and not as comfortable, then you know your hand's gonna get sore, right? It's gonna get tired. And the same thing with your squeegee. Also make sure you get a squeegee that has a nice handle. But just talking about Tbars, you know, like here's an example of a different handle here. This one's just straight up plastic. It's just straight. This one kind of actually has like a curve to it, and it actually feels pretty nice in the palm of my hand, as where this one's not as comfortable. And so if I was cleaning with this all day long, it wouldn't feel as good. And then this one has a little bit of a curve, so this one's a little better than the smaller one, but this one is a lot better in my opinion, for me, for my feeling comfortable cleaning. You know, look into the different types of washing wands. There are different ones. If you can get this one, this would be my recommended one. I believe I have this one posted on my website, windowcleaningdude.com, where you can find out where you can purchase this at. So that's pretty much it for washing wands. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found this information useful. Please give me the thumbs up if you did. Also, please subscribe to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. Be a part of this window cleaning community, and also show YouTube that you do find this this content valuable. Also, comment down below, and don't forget to tick that notification bell. And of course, visit my site, windowcleaningdude.com, where you can learn everything I have to teach you about window cleaning for free. It's basically a business in a box, basically a free franchise for you to start a window cleaning business. Everything you need to know, start to finish, how-to videos, things that you need to buy, where to buy them, step-by-step guide. Everything's there, start to finish, to have a window cleaning business. So I will see you in the next episode.